Hello and welcome everyone. Rick here again with another Titan build video. Of course, with the new Season of Undying and Shadowkeep expansion, that does mean we have a ton of new exotics and subclass changes that have been buffed and debuffed to change some things up. Recently, again, I've had people over on Twitch while I'm streaming asking, what I use, especially in the PvP aspect when with Iron Banner recently passing, Gambit grinds, and even, well, you don't even call that PvP, but Crucible grinds and things of that nature. I recently did a video for the best PvE builds that I felt. I do have that linked in the description down below, or it should be popping up any minute now at the top. Anyways, if you want to check that out, feel free to do so. But I did mention in the video that I would be coming back and going over PvP builds in another video. So here we are. This video may not be as in depth as it's going to be pretty easy, since the Titan pretty much bashes around like a gorilla that knows karate. But this can be pretty fun when you want to enjoy, some Crucible or Iron Banner and be a little salty or salt-inducing in times. I know that not everyone enters Crucible for different reasons. Quests, bounties, events for fun, which really questionable if that's the case. But hopefully this will help you and all the other Titans out there, win the battle and try and make Papa Shax proud. Disclaimer, of course, I am not a Crucible master. I usually hover with a KD around 2 to 3, sometimes higher, of course, but I do enjoy some salt-inducing competition from time to time. So, first off, let's go over this really super fun build. It's very recent, especially with the new artifact. It's kind of broken a few things, and I'm sure Bungie may nerf it, but for the time being, enjoy the crap out of it. Really builds kind of around the melee abilities in the class. So for this, we're going to select Bottom Tree Striker, the Code of the Juggernaut. What this will give you as well is gives you frontal assault, reversal, trample, and knockout. So kind of around this gives you, I guess, increased weapon stability, increased weapon damage, increased melee ability or melee damage, increased melee lunge range, and it can heal me while having this subclass and this setup with exotics and setup. Pretty crazy during PvP at that point. So the reason I mention that is because you're going to go with that subclass mixed with Syntheseps. Okay, it's stupid OP with this setup, and I don't know what else you'd ask for within a build. So weapon side in this, and I'll get into the reason why it can do all of that. The weapon setup for this build, because of how quickly things go and your lunge with Syntheseps, you mostly, I would recommend using a lightweight frame shotgun. I have the Badlands here, very dad build-esque. Hoping this helps all the other dads out there, or moms and parents or other guardians at that point. But lightweight shotgun, light frame, I should say. Reason why, it allows you to move faster. The full auto trigger system with Badlands helps. I think Hawthorne has a shotgun you can roll for as well, but any lightweight frame should help with a decent impact and a decent range. What you want to do is pair that with either Recluse or a bug out bag or any other legendary machine gun that has, or legendary SMG that it can have kill clip or multi-kill clip. Syntheseps, of course, with the exotic, because it buffs your melee range, and being surrounded buffs damage, which is fantastic. And now for the added sweetness, you want to go here to your artifact. You want Thunder Coil, which grants bonus damage for all arc melee abilities and refunds super energy on finisher final blows, which is disgusting. And then Ballistic Combo grants melee energy on final blows with shield piercing weapons, or when a member of your fire team shuts down a barrier champion's ability. This can be used in PvP because of the shield piercing. The reason I mention that is the shield piercing rounds being added to your legendary submachine gun. Pretty fantastic. As far as the shotgun goes, like I said, a lightweight frame. You could use Chaperone if you're a good enough shot. As your one hit, get real fast in, especially with the range with it. I just recommend the lightweight frame because it is faster and you can kind of roll with that. So basically, this is how the build works. While your lightweight frame shotgun's equipped, you close the distance to the enemy. Once you fire the shot from your shotgun, if you hit them, they're weakened, of course. Then immediately you can lunge with your melee ability since your range has been increased. If you achieve that melee kill, it rewards you with the perks of frontal assault, reversal, and knockout. With that, or basically if you finish beforehand, if you kill the enemy, that's fine, no big deal, because you can swap to recluse or your submachine gun and just kind of mow the enemies down. But if you finish the target with the melee and you get these 3 perks, which is pretty awesome the way that this works, it gives you at least 5 seconds of one-hit melee kills at extended ranges because of syntheseps, which is incredible. It's almost kind of like a sub super, if you want to call it. And also it regenerates your health. So literally it's shotgun melee, and if you're surrounded and it buffs your damage as well, instant kill, instant kill, instant kill. It's stupid broken, but it's so much fun to run around, especially you can get into their spawn. It's literally like you have a super almost. So what do you do, after the perks have worn off? So say you have that 5 seconds worn down, you haven't gotten near another enemy or anything else. So the Ballistic Combo mod that I mentioned before with the shield piercing round ability, that's where it comes into play. So basically this adds the armor piercing rounds with the mod associated there on the recluse or submachine gun. If you gain final blows with that weapon, it will then rapidly regenerate your melee ability again, and then you rinse and repeat that combo throughout the entire match. It's fun and OP. This makes almost One-Eyed Mask because of this build. You have the wall breaking ability of One-Eyed Mask, woo, but this is instant deaths. Pretty fun, pretty incredible. Highly recommend it. I think at one point in time I dropped 30 kills in one match. It was pretty gross. Or 30 points. Sorry, not 30 kills. I can't remember exactly. I need to go back and watch that video. Anyways, it's fun as shit. Enjoy it. Have fun while we can, Titans. I'm sure it's going to be nerfed. All right, so next up I do want to go over a couple other ones. These are a little bit lesser in comparison because this is kind of one that I feel everyone can use, because a lot of people do have syntheseps. Not everyone has recluse, but a lot of people have the submachine gun, which is great. Easy shotgun to get, and then whatever heavy, of course. But the next 2 exotics we want to go with in PvP is, first off, the all well-known One-Eyed Mask, and then Dune Marchers. I can mention Insurmountable Skull Fort if you wish. That could be used if you want it real fast. If you want to use Top Tree Titan, which is fine, you just wouldn't be able to kind of do this build. You could pair quickly Insurmountable Skull Fort for the arc melee kills, grant health and melee energy, with doing the Top Tree Titan because of the shoulder charge. And then you could build upon with, Outbreak, Ace of Spades, Tranquility, and Assault Rifle, whatever, Breakneck, kind of whatever you want to use can pair well with this. This is kind of a well-rounded one. This here is just for S's and G's and having fun. All right, now over to One-Eyed Mask. It's of course great to use and pair with either hand cannons, sniper rifles especially, or dad rifles, pulse rifles for those well known. You can maybe use an auto rifle like Breakneck or something, but that's whatever you prefer. Generally with One-Eyed Mask, I try and run either a sniper, Outbreak, or a hand cannon. With me, I usually do Tranquility, Outbreak Perfected, or Ace of Spades. Very simple to use, fun to use as well. And then of course pair along with it with what your build is associated with a SMG of some sort. Recluse for me, of course. You could use a shotgun if you wished. Say remove this to Wendigo and put Lord of Wolves to have some fun for long range and short range. The reason why this does help, of course, is the perk from One-Eyed Mask everyone knows about. You get Vengeance, mark and defeat those that harm you to improve your damage. So you get the wall hack. If you kill them, you improved your damage and DPS in PvP, which is pretty fun. Keep the same mods, of course, because we are in the Arc subclass for Thundercoil and Ballistic Combo. because you can still build upon it with either the same kill and same shield pieces. You just don't get the range of the melee, which is still fine. Like I said, you can maintain bottom tree striker or go top tree if you wish. If you kind of want that, like I said, if you want that shoulder charge, basically you run around with melee and constant energy replenishing with recluse and wall hack your way around the map. It's fine, fun. Titan Salt at its best, of course. All right, lastly, we do have Dune Marchers, which is another fun one, of course. This one can kind of be broken as well because of its ability. Faster sprinting, which is wonderful, and chain melee damage. So I know people really hate One-Eyed Mask, but this or Syntheseps paired with the build that I mentioned earlier with the shotgun, legendary SMG with anti-barrier rounds, and then Thunder Coil and Ballistic Combo. This is these two are between Dune Marchers and Syntheseps. These two are probably going to be the new hate going forward in PvP until they're fixed. One-Eyed Mask is now kind of fallen third place. The reason for this is because extended lunge, which is wonderful, faster and chain damage. So if you're running around and say you do the shotgun in one punch and you're surrounded, you gain damage with this and extended lunge. With this, that chain damage could one-shot other enemy or other opponents around you, which is crazy. Pretty fun, though. I'll be perfectly honest. I enjoyed it. The Thunder Coil, of course, adds bonus damage for all arc melee abilities. With this, I do like to run, either you can do the shotgun if you wanted to, because you're not trying to get super close for the melee, but you want to. You can use, an auto rifle, a hand cannon. If you want to use something like Graviton Lance in your energy slot, I should have pulled it out, my bad. Graviton Lance would probably be very fun to use associated with it. But like I said, the AoE attack, the area effect with Dune Marchers, what it brings makes it where you can one or two shot enemies with one punch surrounded, which is pretty fun. It's fun. It's OP and fun again. So you can treat this with the same as in Syntheseps, like I said, with a shotgun build if you wish. But I feel that this build here between the Dune Marchers and whatever you wish, Recluse or an SMG, and then either I'm going to just use Outbreak, for instance. This is just fun to use. Just this here with Dune Marchers in general, or like an auto rifle, is just... it's growing very fast in Crucible. I saw it a little bit in Iron Banner. It's fun, needless to say. Now, I've mostly been talking about your kinetic and your energy weapon slots. So for heavy, who cares? You're a wrecking machine at this point. With whatever build you have set, like I had mentioned, between the Syntheseps or anything else, you are an absolute wrecking machine. So if you want to, you can use Thunderlord, you can use Hammerhead or a rocket launcher or grenade launcher of some sort. Just snag a heavy and have fun. You're probably not going to be running for it because you're already wrecking everything else. So, in conclusion, and you notice I didn't even mention these two. There's no point. They're fun for open maps if you want, but this is probably the most OP. If you want fast kills, fast growth in your Valor or anything else, your ranks, do this just to create some salt and have people hate Titans even more. We all know we mash W and break our knuckles while doing so. Of course, Sentinel, you have Shield Slash, Mr. Captain America with Bottom Tree. And then with Sunbreaker, I would always just say top tree or middle. Middle tree could be used with a throwing hammer. But you could always run Hollow Fire Heart if you wanted to, just for faster solar abilities to build upon. But this is your most fun. Arc is the way to go in PvP right now, in my opinion. So in conclusion, these are the builds that I use the most and have the most fun with. If I'm not grinding a bounty or quest, of course, and I may alternate it a little bit. But until Bungie nerfs these and nerfs these artifact mods, it's going to continue to grow throughout the class. I believe Hunter already has something similar with a Thunder Coil, and I think the Liar's Handshake, it's already one-shot killing in melees as well. So I think I have another one that gives them invincibility with dodges. There's a lot that the artifact has done, which is fun and made PvP fun, but it's also made it infuriating, which I'm okay with that. But ultimately, melees galore. That's long story short. Maybe we'll get a boxing mode in PvP pretty soon where it's nothing but melees for 1 week. I think that would actually be pretty fun. So anyways, if you've enjoyed the video or found it helpful, please leave a like and leave a comment below for what your favorite PvP build has been, or if there's one I may have missed that's been synchronized at that point. So just let me know. Also, subscribe for future videos if you have not already, and if you have already subscribed, I friggin' love you. Thank you very much for the support. But thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.